But I realized I wasn't born this motherfucker. I made him.
And today, I'm no longer being a fucking loser. Today, I'm gonna change my fucking path. I'm gonna get on the path of success. I don't care how long that road is. I'm gonna see it through no matter what. Because you know what? I've been living enough years in this shithole and I don't wanna be here anymore. I'm not happy with this. And I'm tired of making excuses. I'm tired of going through the same circular motion of shit. I wanna be different.
At the bottom of insecurities, fear, self-doubt, lies, was me buried in the fucking fetal position. How I got out of that was recognizing, being honest with it, being truthful with it, and then fixing it. We like to live on social media with lies about ourselves, how great we are. Get to the source and fix the problem.
Many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but you know what? Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough. It's just about making sure your internal dialogue and your internal belief in yourself is strong enough that it can withstand the external. The external is there. You've got to accept it. You've got to embrace it. You've got to understand it and be aware of it. But don't let it seep into your internal dialogue.
No one. No one's coming to push you. No one's coming to tell you to turn the TV off. No one's coming to tell you to get out the door and exercise. Nobody's coming to tell you to apply for that job that you've always dreamt about. Nobody's coming to write the business plan for you. It's up to you.
See, I don't party. Bro, I don't drink, I don't smoke. And they see that, they're like, bro, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go have fun. You are. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm having fun. And I try to tell them, like, don't let me affect what you do. I'm gonna be good regardless. I'm gonna be good regardless, but I'm comfortable who I am.
We all face challenges. We all have setbacks. We all suffer. When these difficulties hit, some people break. They surrender. They let circumstances, fate, and events that unfold control their attitude, dictate their emotional state, and determine their destiny. They adopt a defeatist attitude of negativity. They accept failure. They curl up in a ball and wait for the clock to run out. They quit. But there are other people who are diametrically opposed to that attitude. People who, in spite of incredible challenges, adapt and overcome.
You just gotta grind. I feel like this next generation that's coming up, and I don't mean to smash all of them, but they seem like a bunch of pussies to me, you know? So, because of that, there's never been more opportunity than there is right now. If you're a fucking savage and you get out there and you grind hard and you want it bad enough, you can run all these guys over, man.
It's possible, right? It's possible to make more money. It's possible to be more healthy. And your entire perspective on life, your worldview was positive. Even if you had to lie yourself into believing. Sometimes you have to create a delusion, right? A delusion that is so far out there that people will think you're crazy.
Don't ever sell out for the temporary reward of what the opportunity is today. Believe in the bigger picture. Believe that all these things are just moments building the wave for the big moment to come. Always plant the seeds of hard work and integrity and honor. Today, and then every day you water them and nourish them, believe in them. One day that will sprout a flower of which, when you're dead and gone, people will still remember.
It's time to stay focused. It's time to decide, fuck clubs, fuck partying, fuck trying to fit in and socialize. Rub elbows with everybody so people can stop calling you weird. Why are you so antisocial? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you staying on the basketball court so much? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you out there practicing in the hot sun when ain't nobody else out there? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you not clubbing like every time I text you and invite you to go do something fun and cool, you always studying? Because I'm trying to get it. How bad do you want this? If it's as bad as you want to live or breathe or sleep, whatever the hell it may be, I can work with you. But a lot of people, most people don't want it that badly.
That's why they always ask the question, man, how you get to where you are? You know how to do it. You know exactly how to be you or how to be me. You don't want to do it. So I can't make you do it.
I just cracked one day and I was like, fuck happiness.
Gotta be a little bit gone to it. You're not all there. You've got to be almost insane to your craft. Not a lot of people can understand that. That's why I don't know about nothing else. I do not pay attention to nothing else. There was games of football on yesterday, there was rugby, there was this, there was that. And like normal society is like, let's talk about this, let's engage in this. And I can't do it, I just don't.
Be fucking fearless, or as close to it as possible. Is that achievable? Maybe, maybe not. But like, be fearless.
A year from now, it's gonna happen like that. And who is your future self? 1 year from now, who is it? Just like everyone's adding here, this party, Saturday night. They're not willing to sacrifice. I'm like the lone survivor in here. You know? Tonight will be over with too. Tomorrow I'll be stronger for it. Another day will go by. 365 of them happen so fucking fast.
And I know
who are you gonna be in a year from now?
Whatever,
and in a year from now,
I'm doing right now,
that
so I know
future
exactly
person
what predicted
hold
what
regret
situation I'm gonna be in next year,
cry.
and 2 years from now. So you can't
Have you
talk
learned
to me
about
like,
how to deal with and
some money
overcome
right now when it's
fear?
it's like go. I don't know, bro. Like my mind just geeked up crazy as hell.
Go.
And I see shit before it happen, and I know exactly what I want.
When all that fear that's in your head, all the what ifs and the scenarios that you create inside your own mind that are way worse than anything that is actually going to happen, they all disappear when you go.
I had to invent a guy that didn't exist. I had to invent a guy that can take any pain, any suffering, any kind of judgment, be called whatever the fuck in the world, and be able to stand in the fucking room and say, go fuck yourself. I had to build this callous mind, and I built it to do something.
And I think if you can shift from this is hard to no one else will be able to do this, then it flips from being this thing that you're like, oh poor me, to oh poor everyone else who's gonna have to fucking try.
Once you change one thing, your mindset, you can attack everything.
Second place for some fucked up reason is the ultimate place. Because it's not too prideful, it's yet humble, and it's bullshit, guys. Second place is the first fucking loser. If you hit second, that's fine, you gave it your all. But if you every single day say good enough, good enough, good enough, and you come up second, well, you're nothing enough.
You gotta learn to pick yourself up on your own. A lot of times these fights and these battles, you gotta be your own fucking coach, you gotta be your own motivator.
All due respect to everyone. Fuck everyone. I'm just here for my own.
Best advice I ever got. I'll never forget it. I was 14 years old. Came from a gentleman by the name of Michael Delancey. He sat me down in his kitchen and he said, little man, don't you ever forget this. You gotta have game if you wanna get work. Didn't really touch me in no way in particular. I laid back. But over years and over time, it kept coming back. Gotta have game if you wanna get work. Let your hustle and your actions speak for you. This is the only way you really could prove who the real hustlers are. Not who make the biggest hit record of the summer. Not who got the biggest buzz, or not who got the best stylists. We gonna look back a decade from now and see who got the most money, who made the most moves, who made the most millionaires, who put the most people in power, who really getting paper. That's what we gonna see, and you can't talk your way into that. And I understood that. My appetite for success is different. You feel me? My appetite for wealth, my appetite for real estate. It's a lot of times you gotta overlook shit because a motherfucker not gonna see your vision. True. It's a lot of times people just gonna measure your greatness based on your success and your wealth, which is unfortunate. But when you're dealing with mediocre mindset people, that's what it is, and that's cool. And once they see you get the big check from motherfucking Oprah or whoever that is, that's when they go, I seen it in you since you was in the 4th grade, Trisha. I seen it. And guess what? It's cool. It's cool. But we don't take that personal. Only thing we taking personal is the relationship we got with our goals. Anything outside of that, fuck them.
Noise.
Fuck them.
Noise.
Well, if you're not really willing to sacrifice that time, that effort, that passion, that work, you can't really never accept to be nothing more than average.
True. A lot of people think overnight success really happened overnight. But speaking of 10 years, how was it being patient throughout this process? And did you ever feel like giving up?
I felt like giving up all the time. Felt like giving up every day. And a lot of times it's not just patience, it's just you have no other choice.
Okay.
And so now that I look back on it, it's not that bad when you feel boxed in and have no other choice but up. Nowhere to go but up.
But to get it,
that's it.
Gotta get it.
That's
So
it.
We all gotta accept the fact that whatever we have going on in our mind is what fills our heart. That's what fills our heart. So if all you think about all day is hate, the bullshit, that's what's gonna consume your life. Clipping the ears off a donkey won't make you a stallion. So you gotta really go hard. How dedicated are you? How dedicated are you? How much are you willing to commit? My mother from Mississippi, my father from Florida. I know what it's like to really have to work hard. I seen it. A lot of times it only comes down to you being the best version of yourself. You gotta be the best version of yourself. That begins with your health. That begins with your mindset. What are you willing to commit? Do business with a boss, you gotta be ready to sacrifice it all. Because in the real world, your goals don't give a fuck about your excuses.
There was a time where I just want to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I would just do what I'm doing, and I don't want to go to sleep. It's too much to accomplish. Life too short. I could be dead next week, and I ain't did none of the stuff I wanted to do. That's what was going on in the back of my mind.
Right.
Yeah. Is make sure the young hustlers coming up. It ain't no limit on your value. Ain't no limit on your net worth. Can't nobody tell you how much
Ain't no
you're worth.
ceiling on where you about to go.
No. It ain't where you started at. It ain't who started, strongest is who lasts the longest. The ones who got the most morals and it's damn. You know what I mean? But you gotta learn to keep going. Some we used to hear as youngsters, the show must go on. And that's really what it is. And that really should drive you even more. Because we got more of a purpose to do what we do. Don't be scared to get to the money at all times. I went to sleep 3 a.m. I was back up at 6:30. Excited. No excuses. My bad. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Let's get to the money, man. Nobody seen my vision. Nobody believed in what I was talking about.
And they say, why can you do what I can't do? CT, how come you can lift what I can't lift? It's impossible. It's impossible for a mortal to be that strong. They don't draw from the same well that we draw from. Their emotions don't run that deep. They don't have the rays within their own that we have. They have not been shaped or formed by fire the way that we have. They don't have any idea how come you can do this and I can't do it. You have not gone through what I have gone through. You have not suffered what I have suffered. And that is the difference. It is so much more than weight. You don't have in here inside what I have. It is impossible for you to understand. Tell him I had the chance to stand up to my purpose. If you had that chance today, I want you to look into this and talk to your father and Tell him what you kept inside.
Mom! Guess what, Pops? I'm having fun with this shit. Thought I was finished? Rup.
I want you to draw from the well of iniquity. All about the hatred. Search your soul and remember. Remember the slap. Remember the punches. Remember. Dig deep and
Mom! Guess what, Pops? I'm having fun with this shit. Thought I was finished? Rup.
You will be a millionaire in 1 month. Not because of effort, not because of hustle, not because of anything the world teaches, but because you will awaken to the truth. Imagination creates reality. The moment you accept this as a fact, not as a theory, your life begins to unfold in accordance with your assumptions. The riches you desire, the lifestyle you long for, the security you dream of, they are not out there. They are within you, awaiting your command. And in exactly 1 month, if you dare to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you will watch the outer world bend to your inner world. Do not ask how. That is the fatal error. To ask how is to admit that you do not yet believe. The how belongs to God, to the deeper dimension of yourself. Your task is not to figure out the bridge of incidents that will lead to your millions. Your task is to accept the end. Live in the end. Feel the reality of already having what you want. For that which you accept as true of yourself, though denied by the senses, if persisted in, will harden into fact. So do not look to the newspapers, the bank account, or the outer circumstances. These are the shadows of previous assumptions. They are echoes of the old man, not the new you. The new you is a millionaire now. You must walk as though you already possess what the world says is still to come. You must dine with the wealthy in your imagination. Walk through your mansion in consciousness. See the figures in your bank account as done. Final, unquestioned. I am not speaking poetically. I am speaking literally. Everything in this world is a manifestation of imagination. The house you live in, the clothes you wear, the voice you hear, all came forth from an inner act. Someone imagined it, dared to believe in the invisible, and the visible world conformed. So if you say, I want to be a millionaire, that is not enough. Wanting is the confession of lack. You must say instead, I am a millionaire, not tomorrow, not later, now. Even if the senses say no, even if the bills pile high, even if logic and friends call you mad, you must persist. For God in you is your own wonderful human imagination. It is He who speaks when you dare to believe something grand about yourself. It is He who fulfills when you dare to persist despite appearances. And in exactly 1 month, if you persist, you will see the fruits of your assumption. Consider the story of a man who was down to his last dollar. He had no hope, no job, no prospects. But he heard these truths and began to live as though he were already wealthy. He imagined himself writing checks freely, gifting his family generously, waking up in abundance. He did it so often, and with such faith that he could feel the weight of money in his hands. And then one morning, he received a phone call. A forgotten investment had matured, and he was now worth millions. He did nothing in the outer world to make it happen. He simply accepted it as real in his imagination. You see, the law does not care whether the assumption is true or false. It simply reflects what is impressed upon it. You are the operant power. You choose what to believe. And if you will believe that you are already wealthy, that the money is already yours, that every need is met, then you will watch reality reorganize itself to reflect that inner conviction. It must, for the world is a mirror, and it reflects what you are, not what you want. So be the thing you seek, and the thing will come running to you. This is not positive thinking. This is not about making yourself feel good. This is about entering a state of consciousness that matches the result you desire. If you can enter and remain in that state, you will manifest the conditions, people, opportunities, and events that match it. So let us now enter the state of the millionaire. How would you walk? How would you speak? How would you think? You would no longer worry about bills. You would no longer shrink from generosity. You would feel a quiet confidence, a divine satisfaction, a steady knowing. That feeling is the secret. All transformation begins with assumption. The assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the creative act. It is done in silence, in stillness within. You may do it while lying on your bed, while riding the bus, while waiting in line. And if you do it with sincerity, with intensity, with repetition, the world will conform. You do not need to advertise it. You do not need to convince anyone. You need only convince yourself. For the only God who matters in this equation is the one inside you. He is not far off. He is not in some sky. He is in your imagination, waiting to be awakened. To be a millionaire in 1 month, you must think from the end. Do not think of money. Think from money. Do not imagine getting rich. Imagine already being rich. Hear the conversations people would have with you. See the letters you would write. Feel the joy of having more than enough. Use all your senses. Let your imagination be vivid, detailed, alive. For imagination, when felt as real, is the path to manifestation. You do not imagine to escape reality. You imagine to shape it. Each morning when you rise, close your eyes and feel that it is already done. Each
I ain't
night,
finna tell you how
before
I
you
got
sleep,
away with this shit.
review the day as though you lived it as a millionaire. Did you act as one? Did you feel as one? Did you walk as one? If not, revise it. In imagination, rewrite the day. Make it match your desire. And in doing this, you plant the seed. And just as surely as spring follows winter, harvest follows planting. The money must come. It must. You will notice subtle changes at first. People will treat you differently. Ideas will flash. Opportunities will knock. You will feel an inner certainty that cannot be shaken. And even if you do not yet see the dollars, you will know they are near. You will feel them forming, like clouds gathering before the rain. Do not dismiss these signs. They are not coincidences. They are evidence that your assumption is taking root. Water it with faith. Do not dig it up with doubt. Trust the process. If you should fall, if fear arises, return at once to the state. Close your eyes and enter again. See the money. Feel the joy. Hear the thank yous. And do this as often as needed. For repetition impresses the subconscious. And once the subconscious accepts it, the outer world must follow. You are not trying to force reality. You are allowing it to become what you have already accepted within. A woman once told me she followed this process and was led to buy a lottery ticket she would have never considered. She did not pick the numbers logically. She simply felt inspired. And when she scratched the ticket, she found herself suddenly in possession of 6 figures. She was not surprised. She had already received it within. The ticket was merely the bridge, and she knew that if she could do it once, she could do it again. The key is feeling. Without feeling, imagination is sterile. But with feeling it is divine. So do not imagine mechanically. Do not repeat empty affirmations. Feel your way into the sea. Dwell in it. Savor it. Let it saturate your being. Let it be more real than what your eyes see. For what your eyes see is temporary. But what you imagine with feeling is eternal and creative. In 1 month, if you will live in the end, assume the reality of wealth, and remain faithful, the millions will come, whether through a sudden opportunity, a gift, a forgotten investment, a new business, or a miracle beyond reason. It does not matter. The method is not your concern. The assumption is your power. Hold to it. Refuse to waver. No matter what the world says, you know the truth. Imagination creates reality. So I ask you now, will you dare to believe? Will you cast off the old man, the man of doubt, fear lack, and put on the new man, the man of riches, peace and power? Will you persist even when the world laughs? Even when the senses say no? If so, then in 1 month's time, your outer life will mirror your inner conviction. You are not waiting on money. Money is waiting on you. It is waiting on your consciousness to match its frequency. It is waiting on your self-concept to rise. It is waiting on your assumption to be stable. So become now the person who has it. Think as they think. Feel as they feel. Live as they live. Do it boldly. Do it faithfully. Do it joyfully. The law is no respecter of persons. It responds not to virtue, but to vision. Not to effort, but to assumption. So let the world toil and strive, while you enter your inner chamber, and commune with the infinite. Imagine boldly, assume lavishly, and persist until the unseen becomes seen. For it must. You are already that which you seek. You simply have not accepted it yet. Accept it now. Accept that you are rich. Accept that you are powerful. Accept that you are the operant power. And then walk in that assumption. For to him who has, more shall be given. And to him who dares, the world bows low. Let this month be your demonstration. Let this month be your proof. Every morning, every night, return to the state. Live in the end. Revise the day. Saturate your mind with images of wealth, sounds of joy, feelings of luxury, and then release it. Walk in peace. Act as though it were already so. And soon it will be. You will be a millionaire in 1 month. Not because of luck, not because of hard work, but because you dared to believe. You dared to imagine and persist. You dared to live in the end. And because of that, the world, this seemingly solid world, will melt and reshape itself to match your inner world. It always does. It always has. Now it's your turn to see it. You must not stop now. The inner work is the true work. And every moment you spend dwelling in the assumption of wealth is a moment charged with creative power. As you repeat this state throughout the day, you will feel a transformation happening within. What once felt like fantasy will begin to feel natural. And when it feels natural, it is done. For nothing comes into your life until it becomes a part of your inner structure. You cannot receive what you do not first accept. So you must begin to see yourself differently. Speak of yourself as already possessing abundance. Do not say, I will have it. Say, I have it now. Do not think of it as coming. Think of it as arrived. This inner shift is not imaginary, in the sense that the world uses the word. It is the only real act. The outer world, though it seems so solid, is nothing more than the condensation of your inner speech and feeling. Watch what you say to yourself. Watch what you accept without questioning. If you tell yourself that becoming a millionaire in 1 month is impossible, then it is for you. But if you begin to say, this is easy, this is natural, it is already done, then the universe will echo that belief. There are no accidents in this world. There is only the outpicturing of states. Your present reality, whether rich or poor, is nothing but the shadow cast by your past assumptions. But the moment you change your assumption, the shadow must change. It cannot resist. It has no power of its own. It only reflects. So if you are not yet seeing evidence of your wealth, do not panic. Do not revert to the old man. Instead, smile and say, it is on its way. It is already mine. The shadow is still catching up. Your job is not to worry about timing, mechanics or details. Your job is to dwell in the state of already having. And this must be done with feeling. You may not know exactly how it feels to be a millionaire right now, but you can begin. Use your imagination to construct the scenes, the conversations, the small details. How would it feel to pay every bill without a second thought? How would it feel to treat your loved ones to something extravagant? How would it feel to wake up with the knowing that you never again have to worry about money? Let these scenes play in your mind like a sacred movie. Watch them again and again. And do not just watch. Feel them. Let them stir you. Let them impress you. Let them become more real to you than your current bank balance. For the truth is, your current balance is only real because you have continued to give it your attention. Shift your attention, and you shift your world. When you begin to live from the end, the outer world becomes irrelevant. You will no longer look to circumstances to tell you who you are. You will look within, and what you feel yourself to be within, the world will soon reflect. You will notice coincidences that are not coincidences at all. A person will appear with an offer. An old contact will call. A new idea will light up your mind. But these are not the source. They are the effect. The source is your assumption. You are not at the mercy of economics, governments, or fate. You are at the mercy of your own imagination. But once you realize that, you are no longer at mercy. You are in control. This is the great secret, hidden in plain sight. The world will tell you that you must work harder, network more, struggle, and compete. But I tell you, all that is vanity, if it is not rooted in imagination. You may gain the world and lose your soul, but if you gain your imagination, the world is yours without struggle. So if today you sit in a small room, without wealth, without proof, do not despair. That is the perfect place to begin. In fact, it is better, for the world cannot distract you with shiny things. Close your eyes and go within. Begin to feel the room change. See yourself in a place of elegance. Hear the sounds of luxury. Smell the scent of wealth. Let the imagined experience become realer than the one before your eyes. And as you do this, your inner state will change. And when the inner state changes, the outer must follow. You may begin to walk differently. You may speak with more certainty. You may smile for no reason. This is not delusion. This is creation. You are becoming the one who has.
Not like everybody else. I don't want to be like everybody else. I have something inside which is burning. And I look around and this life and everything I see is not for me. I'm supposed to be something different. I have to be something different.
You only got one life, guys. Again, if you work it right, you only need one. If you give it all you have, you're gonna get max potential back. And then who knows what can come. That's the beautiful thing. If you don't show up, guys, you know the outcome. You'll never get the job, never get the part, never get the girl. If you don't show up.
I'm just confident in my ability and in my mind frame. I know, nobody can tell me that I move the same as any of these guys, because I don't move the same. I move differently, I move unique, and I know I move unique. Not only that, I speak unique, I act unique. I'm just different than these people. You know what I mean? So I
dress unique.
I dress unique, whatever. I just feel different to these, on another level, on another playing field than any of them before me. That's why I know I have no doubt in my mind that I'm the greatest, that I will be the greatest of all time. But in my head already, I am better than everybody, and I know, you know, there's a lot of hate come from people, you know, but I know, and I will prove. You give me time, and I will prove it.
They see I don't party, bro, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and they see that and they're like, bro, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go have fun. You are, you know what I'm saying? But I'm having fun, and I try to tell them, like, don't let me affect what you do. I'm gonna be good regardless. I'm gonna be good regardless, but I'm comfortable.
People go, what's your biggest fear? And my biggest fear, honestly, was, let's say this. Let's say, I don't care if you believe in God or not. I don't care. So this is play game with me. Let's say you're God. And we have a big fucking long line of people. And I made it to heaven. I'm 75 years old. I'm 300 pounds. I made it to heaven. I worked for Ecolab my entire life, spraying for cockroaches. That's what I did. But I'm dead. I'm in heaven now. And you're judging us all now. So we're in line. We're all sitting there in line. You have Adam Brown. He has a big board up, and you're talking to Adam Brown about his life. And you rip it down. I'm next in line. David Goggins. I see my name. I see all this shit. And God goes, hey, you say, read this, man. And I'm reading this list, and I'm seeing 182 pounds, Navy SEAL, motivational speaker, changing lives. Okay, man, pull up record, all this shit. And I'm like, that's not me, man. And God looks at me and says, that's who you're supposed to be.
You only get one chance in life. One chance to live it fully. One chance to make the most of your journey. You'll mess up. You'll go through mistakes, heartbreak, tough decisions, and days that just feel like too much. But through it all, this is your one wild, precious ride. There's no second do it again. There's no rewinds, just this. So make the most out of it. Stop overthinking. Live like this is the only version of life you get. Because it is. Take the risks. Love deeply. Say what you feel. Chase the dream. Explore the world. Just live fully. One day you'll look back and realize how fast it all went by. I'm 80 and I was 30 about a month ago. And all that will be left are the memories. Make sure they're the kind that make you smile. It's got to be. Smile at the end through the tears. You're only getting one chance. Make it a good one.
It's in my head 24/7. There's nothing else I can think of. I don't think about nothing else. And that's it, I'm just curiously fascinated with it, and I can't stop thinking about it. Everything I do in my life is related to this. I don't do nothing else if it's not got to do with fighting.
Is that not unhealthy?
I don't know. Do I look unhealthy? Take a look at this physique. I'm in phenomenal shape, in body and mind. To me, what's unhealthy is living an unhealthy life. To me, what's unhealthy is getting up and going through the same day every day I like, 9 to 5 in an office or in a, you know, that's unhealthy. That beats your mind.
Yeah, there comes a day, man. Everyone's gonna have this day. There comes a day where being average, being mediocre is just sickening to you. It's just sickening. It makes you want to throw up. Because you've seen people with far less talent than you. As you're growing up with them, their childhood buddies, whatever else, they didn't have what you had. Yet now they're fucking to become something that you haven't. There comes that day. It's either when you're young, you know, and it strikes you on the baseball field because you're sick of striking out, or it's when you get fired from your 5th job, you know, and your wife and kids are on your ass because you don't know how to support them anymore. There comes a fucking day where push comes to shove, where being mediocre, being like average and shit just fucking burns. It sucks so much. You can't deal with it one more day, and you get off your fucking ass and you create something that's always been there. It's always been inside of you trying to come out, but you never wanted to unwrap it because it's too much fucking pain and commitment. You were scared you were gonna fail. You were scared if you started, you never finish it. You didn't want to tell anyone about it. You knew it was there, but you never wanted to embark on it until something fucking hits. You get fired or somebody else gets success, remind you of what you could have been. And then that fucking spark is born. And no matter what happens, I'm never gonna be in this boat again. And you get up and you go, even if it gets knocked down, you just keep going, you're a wild man. And life has never been so sweet. That can happen at an early age, it can happen at a later age. It's gonna happen to somebody no matter what, it's gonna happen to you. And when it does happen to you, thank your lucky stars that finally you're alive. It's time to unwrap the potential you can be. Superior, man. It's within you. It's within every single one of us. And the people that have risen to that level were no different than any one of us. It's just they believed it and they were willing to work their fucking ass off to get it. It wasn't about the potential. It wasn't about the genetics. It was about the perseverance. And it wasn't about being the hardest fucking worker in the room. That's what got them there. And it didn't happen overnight. They got knocked down more than they ever stood up. But they kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going, because what else is the alternative? To be average again. That sucks, man. And it really sucks when you've tasted success at one point in your life. When you have sex with a woman and it's the best sex ever, you want to have sex with her again. When you eat a fucking great juicy steak, man, you want to have that again. When you go out and you train hard to play baseball and you connect and you hit the winning home run, you want to feel that way again. When you taste these finer things of life, all the pain, all the work, all the sacrifice to get them is well worth it. If anything, it's a small down payment for the price and the reward you got. And that feeling, and once felt, how do you ever turn your back on it? Stop running from the potential of what you can be, guys. It's inside of you. It's always been there. Grab a buddy of yours. Say, man, me and you are gonna fucking do this together. And you're gonna be on my ass if I start slacking. I'm gonna be on your ass if I start slacking. And I'll never accept mediocre again. I'm always gonna give it my 110 fucking %. That's the only thing I can ever say a solid day's work. That's all that will ever find peace in. If you guys do not do that, I promise you, your life will haunt you for the rest of your days.
If there's potential inside of you, which you know it's there, but you're too scared to tell anyone else about it, and you go on and on, get older and older and older and older, and the windows of opportunity start to close, and you knew it could have been given birth to, but you never did it, I promise you, it will haunt you. It'll be more, it's a living nightmare, dude. That fact that you had the ability to do something and you're too weak to fucking turn the key and start the engine on it is a greater disappointment and a greater burden to carry than any of this physical sweat equity or pain in the gym or sacrifice. All that is just nothing compared to a life where you're burdened by regret, guys. I hope you guys get what the fuck I'm saying. I'm telling you what, man, once you get it, come on over this side of the fence, you don't see fucking problems anymore, man. You see situations. You see possibilities. And you can't wait to get them started, man. You're like, why did I wait so long to engage? It doesn't matter about the past. It's today. What are we doing today? What are we going to engage now? And once we engage, we commit. There's no half commitment. There's no quarter commitment. There's no third quarter. It's full commitment. Once we engage, it's every fucking day we engage. Because that's the better life. And the people you surround yourself are like-minded. And they're better friends. Friends and family for life, man. They have your back. They're solid individuals, doing solid tasks, leaving a solid impact of legacy for other people. That's a fucking solid life, man. It's your option, though. What are you gonna do?
You are shedding the skin of the one who hoped and becoming the one who knows. The world may not understand, but it does not need to. It only needs to respond. And it always responds to the one who feels himself already in possession of the goal. In the quiet moments of the day, remind yourself it is done. Not it will be done, but it is done. The million is yours now. You are already living from it. You are already receiving from it. You are already enjoying it. Let that be your new inner conversation. Let it repeat like a song in your soul. You will be tempted to look around and measure your progress, but resist. Faith does not consult appearances. Faith remains steady. And when faith is steady, reality bends. The world is not happening to you. You are happening to the world. As you imagine, as you assume, as you persist, the world reforms itself. It may seem slow at first, but that is only because old assumptions still linger. Be patient, be bold, be consistent. This is not magic, though it may appear so to the uninitiated. This is law, divine law, immutable, precise, and utterly obedient. The riches are not somewhere out there. They are not hidden in a vault, waiting for a stroke of luck. They are here now, waiting for you to rise to their frequency. That frequency is belief. That frequency is assumption. That frequency is the feeling of already being. So ask yourself, not what do I want, but who must I be to already have it, and then become that person. Speak as them, think as them, walk as them. If you find doubt creeping in, do not wrestle with it. Simply return to the state. Let the scene of the fulfilled desire play again. Let the feeling of the fulfilled state return. You do not destroy doubt by fighting it. You dissolve it by starving it. You starve it by feasting on the assumption of the wish fulfilled. All power is in the present assumption, not tomorrow, not next week. Now, this is your power. This is your moment. In this very moment, you may assume that you are the millionaire you desire to be. And if you will remain faithful to that assumption, the world must show it to you. It must. For imagination creates reality. And imagination is always now. So will you dare to imagine the life you desire and live from it without apology, without doubt, without delay? Will you persist when the senses say otherwise? Will you continue when the world offers no confirmation? For if you will, then the world must eventually conform. Do not underestimate the silence in which this work is done. You may not speak it aloud. You may tell no one. Yet in the secret place of consciousness, you are reshaping the very nature of your experience. Each assumption carries with it its own pattern of life, its own quality of events, its own tone. When you assume you are wealthy, the world around you begins to organize itself in alignment with that wealth. It draws to you the people who match that vibration. It reveals to you paths that were hidden from the eyes of the man who believed in poverty. But to the man who assumes wealth, the road appears. Now is the time to discipline the inner speech. You cannot speak lack and live abundance. You cannot grumble about bills and expect freedom. The law is not mocked. It gives you what you continually affirm within. So train your inner conversation to reflect your desired outcome. Speak within, as though you are already rich. Say, I always have more than enough. Say, money flows to me in endless ways. Say, everything I touch prospers. Do not say these things like a parrot. Say them with conviction, with feeling, until they move you, until they feel like the only truth. You do not manifest what you occasionally feel. You manifest what you consistently assume. So keep assuming. Keep returning to the feeling. When you feel tempted to check the bank balance or count the days, remember that all of that belongs to the old man. The new man walks by faith. The new man smiles, knowing it is already done. This is not denial of the senses. This is the recreation of the senses. For the senses only report what you told them to report by past beliefs. If you change the root, the fruit must change. The outer is never cause. It is always effect. Begin to delight in your imagination. Make it a playground. Do not treat it as a chore. Let it be your retreat, your sanctuary. Feel the thrill of it. Let it surprise you. Walk into imagined rooms dripping with opulence. Hear the compliments of those who admire your success. Receive the gratitude of those you've blessed. Let the scenes flow, not with strain, but with pleasure. This is how you loosen the grip of the old world. You do not fight it. You outgrow it. You move beyond it through joyful assumption. Do not concern yourself with the opinions of others. They live in their own dream, and they are free to assume what they will. But their assumptions cannot affect your world unless you accept them. You must become ruthless with the mind. When it offers thoughts of fear or limitation, you must say, that is not my truth, and return to the truth you have chosen. I am wealthy. I am free. I am abundant now. You must say it and feel it, until it becomes automatic, until it becomes your nature. Watch the quiet transformation that unfolds. You will begin to attract conversations about opportunity. You will begin to notice doors opening that were once locked. You may even receive sudden gifts, refunds, increases. Do not call them coincidences. They are reflections of your inner shift. The world must mirror the image you have painted within. It cannot resist it, for it has no choice but to echo the reality you have assumed. Each day, do not ask, where is it? Instead, say, it is here now, and then act as though it is. Even in the small things, how you dress, how you carry yourself, how you give. You may not be able to do what a millionaire does in the outer world yet, but you can feel what he feels. You can imagine what he imagines. You can think as he thinks, and that is the seed that brings the fruit. Let your mind dwell on the truth that all things already exist. The $1 million you desire already exists. It is not being created. It is already finished in the realm of the unseen. You are simply aligning with it. And that alignment is not about hard work or moral worth. It is about state. State is everything. When you enter the state of the man who has all things necessary to that state will find their way to you. So do not focus on the details. Focus only on being. Let yourself become the version of you who already has. If ever you feel resistance, use revision. Take a moment and rewrite the scene that troubled you. Did someone reject your offer? In imagination, let them accept it. Did you receive an unexpected expense? In imagination, turn it into a check received. Use revision not as fantasy, but as correction. You are the author of your world. You do not need to accept what the world hands you. You can rewrite it at will. And as you do, you will find the world begins to yield more favorable scenes in the days that follow. Imagination is not secondary to life. It is life itself. You imagined yourself into your current experience, whether knowingly or unknowingly. And now you will imagine your way into wealth. You will no longer beg or plead or strive. You will assume and allow. That is the way of the master. That is the way of the awakened. You are not here to struggle. You are here to create. And you create not with effort, but with feeling. As you move through these days, watch what you are imagining. Do not let the mind wander aimlessly. Guide it gently, persistently, toward your chosen end. You are not a leaf in the wind. You are the wind itself. And what you blow upon will take form. So direct that wind wisely. Direct it lovingly. Direct it toward wealth. Not for the sake of greed, but for the sake of freedom, joy and contribution. The more real it feels within, the faster it appears without. So make it real now. Close your eyes and step into the scene. Hear your own voice say, I did it. I'm free. Feel the relief, the power, the joy. Hear your loved ones celebrate you. Let that scene be more real than any memory. Let it become your new memory. For in the world of imagination, all time is now, and what you imagine now becomes what you remember later. In conclusion, understand this simple yet profound truth. You are the master of your reality. The world you see is but the reflection of your inner state. If you can boldly and unwaveringly assume the feeling of already being a millionaire, then the outer world must conform to that assumption. The wealth you desire is not far away. It exists now, waiting for you to awaken to it. You are not bound by time, circumstances, or the opinions of others. You are the creator of your experience, and the moment you choose to live from the end of your desire, everything in your life must follow suit. Remember, the law of assumption is as certain as any law in nature. It cannot fail. What you persistently imagine with feeling, what you believe with certainty, must appear in your world. You are the architect of your future, and in the next 30 days, if you remain true to your assumption, if you walk, speak, and think as though you are already the millionaire you wish to be, the world will yield to you exactly what you have assumed. Do not let doubt, fear, or the appearance of your current circumstances sway you. Keep your focus on the truth that it is already done. You are already in possession of your wealth. The universe cannot resist the power of your assumption. Step into this truth with confidence, and watch the world bend to your will. The power is within you. The world will follow your lead. You will be a millionaire in 1 month. Not because it is an impossible feat, but because you have chosen to assume it. And the world in all its mystery must mirror that assumption. Trust in this law. Trust in your own power, and above all, trust that what is yours is already on its way to you. Now go forward in this knowledge, knowing that you are not waiting for wealth to come to you. You are already living in it. And as you walk this path, remember, the moment you truly believe, the world will make way for your reality to manifest.